What's up, YouTube family? This is Eric back with another garden video. Hadn't posted in quite a while about the garden. I know I posted about my inside garden, but hadn't given an update on my outside garden in maybe about a month. So we'll take a look around. I just got back from vacation, so I wanted to get out here and quickly see what's going on in the garden. It rained a lot while we were gone. Seemed like just about every day. I know we had some strong wind, thunderstorms, so some things got knocked over. I got some footage showing what the garden looked like when I first got home, but things we need to look at a little bit closer, some more things I need to stabilize and possibly, pick some stuff that's ready to harvest. So I was able to pick some cayenne. That jalapeno pepper was ready before I left because it is red now, so that'll be a sweeter one. I got one Roma tomato, I got a bunch more on the plant, and this bell pepper fell off. I didn't know where it was on the plant. I still got 2 or 3 bell peppers on that plant, but let's see how things look in the garden. Also, it's important to mention that the last time you guys saw the garden, since then we've had at least 2 heat waves. I'm sure everybody in the country has experienced those 100-degree temperatures or something close to it. Very hot, so typically in a heat wave, especially with your tomatoes, you tend to drop some flowers and things like that. The week I was gone, we had a heat wave, and the week before I left, we had a heat wave. I wasn't out in the garden much, so enough talking, let's take a look and see what we got. We'll always start with the front of the garden. This is the front of the house. This is one of the rows of Sharon trees. She was doing fine, but I noticed on camera while I was gone that she started to lean. So she was leaning towards the yard. So when I got here, I just immediately took one of those green stakes with a plant tie and got her back up straight. So no damage other than that. She lost a lot of flowers, obviously, with all the wind, but she still got buds. She's gonna flower some more. So this one already had a stake in it, so no issues there. So she's doing well. She bounced back from that deep freeze earlier in the year, but so far so good. The mint is doing okay, no issues with it. It is flowering a little bit, but it's healthy. Haven't really fertilized it much. This year, I think I started off with some slow release balance, but other than that, no fertilizer at all. So mint is doing well. While we're here, look at that cucumber. We'll look at it from the other end. I think I got several cucumbers on there that need to be pulled, but looks good from this angle. I'll show you what I did to it when we get around there. The little garden bed is fine. Sage is doing good. No flowers yet. I'm gonna get the rest of that deal there. It hadn't bolted on me yet. The cilantro, it died, so I pulled it out. It was basically for the pollinators, but the little bed is okay. No pineapple yet. Disappointing. Spinach is doing well. I did fertilize it with a little blood meal. The lemon tree, doing fine. Rose bushes, no problems. Squash, in one of my other videos, it succumbed to its injury of the squash bug beetle or the vine borer beetle. I did plant another one. It sprouted, but when I was fertilizing, I did something to the roots and it died. So I might plant another one. I still got time to get a couple squash if I wanted to plant one. Here's the cucumber plant. With the cucumber plant, what I did, instead of going straight up the trellis, I wrapped it around the trellis, and I used little tomato ties like that to secure it to the trellis arms and just wrapped it around. I do have some cucumbers down here. So got a few cucumbers to pick. We'll get those. Look at the Roma tomato next. I did have to put some extra support up here, extend that out. It's flowering and it's holding on to its flowers, so that 100-degree weather didn't punish it too bad. We got aromas all through it. She is doing well. My fertilizing schedule is every 2 weeks, 4 tablespoons of tomato tone. It's the only thing I've done since it flowered. It's the only other fertilizer I've used except for that slow release that I put in the beginning. So we do got some old leaves. I think some of that was nuke burn. I tried to kick up my fertilizer, but I didn't need to, and it showed me that it didn't need to. So that is the Gladiator Aroma. And over here we have the one that puts out the 1-pounders. I'll show a couple pictures of 2 1-pounders I got off of this plant. I got a 1.2 pound and 1.05 pound tomato. So your flower, these probably turn into tomatoes. Got a couple going up in there, and one right there, and one right there. So there's another one. All these will probably be about 1 pound tomatoes. So I'll probably extend this one as well, where we can get some height on this trellis support. And you can see right here, I had to extend it once. So we'll do it again, just like that other one. And that's the damsel. She is leaning a little bit, but we'll get that corrected. Oh, that's the Atlas. And this is the damsel. These are all a semi-determinate, except for the Gladiator. It's a determinate, but it's still putting out, which is good. This one, I do have some tomatoes on it. We got flowers all over it, so I think we'll be okay. We'll come through, and all of these basils, they got a little flower on the top. I'm gonna come to and get all those flowers out. I'm not ready for it to flower yet, like that one. We just get that off of there. This is the bell pepper, still flowering. This is the King of the North. Got a little bell pepper right there growing. And we got one in there. I think we got another one right here. I think there's another one down in here somewhere. We got more flowers for sure. It's jalapeno. I already harvested some of those that turn red. I wait till the whole thing turn red. They snap off pretty easy that way. Some of these flowers off this basil. The basil really done a good job this year protecting the plant. So other than some snail and slug, hadn't had much pests other than maybe a flea beetle. Not bad. She's growing tall. Just cayenne, and these are the 2 jalapenos. All got jalapenos on them. Everything's looking good. No issues. Then I'm gonna come through here and prune down at the bottom of some of these plants. But everything's looking pretty good. Back here is the sweet potatoes. They're running everywhere. We got one even running out here. So I'm gonna let them run. Like I got some cherry tomatoes to pick. Picked some before we left on vacation. I knew I'd have some when I got back. So that's a few. Here's my 2 cowpeas. Well, 2 areas of cowpeas. Got several. I think about 6 cowpea plants in here. And they're putting on cowpeas, so everything's working there. No real fertilizer. I did give a little tomato tone to help with no pot production, but no nitrogen. So we should be able to harvest some of these beans in a few days, or maybe in about a week. You can see all the way up, it's twisting into that. You don't have to make way from the cantaloupe. The cantaloupe was getting shadowed by everything, so I got it on this string to keep it up. I think I got enough length on it where I use one of those plant clips and clip it to the vine and let it climb itself up. This is the other area of cowpeas, so got some cowpeas coming out. So not bad. Grasshopper, I got some pruning to do, get some of these weathered leaves out of here. I'm gonna have some beans to pick, so we'll come out here later and pick beans. And I'm not gonna make a harvest video for you guys to sit and watch me harvest it, but I will post pictures afterwards. Flower area is doing good. And then we have the zinnias. I cut these back before we left. And the begonias are doing pretty good down there. They're just shooting up through the bottom, so it's working out well. All right, it's my second set of beans. So we do got some green beans growing. If you can see that. We'll come harvest those. But lastly, the okra. They've been loving the heat, so I don't think it's no issue. Watering hadn't been an issue because of all the rain, so not bad. You come over here and get the lilies tightened up. Nasturtium's doing pretty good. No issues there. That's crepe myrtle. Not bad, blooming like she should. And here are the columbines. So they lost flowers. They don't like the heat. They will probably flower instead of put on another set as the temperature cools off a little bit, but they're not looking bad. Just come prune all of this off. Gotta get our flag back up. It fell down. Showed you how high the wind was. But not too bad. Not bad at all. Everything's still alive. I know most people, tomatoes are winding down, but as much as I complain about the shade, it helps me in the afternoon with the 100-degree temperature, that's for sure. So, garden looking good. Look at that wall of green there. Everything's still lush, even after those 100-degree days, and we're gonna keep rolling with it. Garden looks healthy for this stage of the game. Ooh, and you can see from the sweat that it's still hot out here. So I appreciate you guys rocking with me today, taking a look at the garden. Everything still looks healthy, like I said earlier, so really don't have any issues. Pest issues have been at an all-time low this year. I think it's because of all of the basil I planted, but whatever's working, I'm gonna keep doing it. Then we'll get some more updates on what's going on inside. I just posted a video a few days ago on how that's going in my drip system, so come back and check out that series. With 100-degree temperatures, we're still able to grow some cool season crops. Until the next time, peace.